Hi everyone, مرحبا بالجميع. If you're watching this via the live streaming, I'm with you on the live chat to answer any of your questions and also to check your answers to the tasks I'm going to be setting you today. إذا عم بتشاهدوني عبر البث المباشر رح كون موجودة معكم على التشات عشان نرد على أي أسئلة ممكن تكون عندكم وكمان عشان نشوف إجاباتكم على الأشياء اللي رح أطلبها منكم اليوم. So, I just want to say one thing. Yesterday on Facebook, امبارح على Facebook, someone asked me, are these lessons only for ladies? Are these lessons only for women? هل شخص سألني هل هالدروس هيدي فقط للفتيات وللنساء؟ No, I'm sorry, they're not, okay? First of all, not all women cook, okay? أولاً مش كل يعني النسوان بيحبوا الطبخ. And you know, some men are really good at cooking وفي رجال يعني كتير شاطرين بالطبخ. And secondly, وثانيا, the most important kind of objective or the most important thing we're going to do with these lessons, أهم شيء نحن بدنا يعني نوصل له من خلال هالدروس isn't to learn how to cook, مش إنه نتعلم كيف نطبخ. It's to learn how to describe everyday activities in English. يعني الهدف هو إنه نتعلم كيف بنوصف وبنحكي عن أشياء بنقوم فيها بحياتنا اليومية باللغة الإنجليزية. So you may not cook, okay, but someone else will cook your food. So you have to be able to talk about, I don't know, someone took a garlic and chopped it up. You have to be able to say these things even if you don't chop up the garlic, okay? فالهدف هو طبعا انه نحكي عن اشياء بنقوم فيها بحياتنا اليوميه، لازم نقدر نوصف الاشياء حتى لو نحن ما قمنا فيها يعني شخصيا. يعني مثلا ممكن اني اقول شخص، اوصف انه شخص فرم الثوم، بدي اقدر اقول هالشيء هيدا باللغه الانجليزيه. مش ضروري أنا أفرم الثوم، بس يعني لازم أقدر أحكي عن هالشي هيدا باللغة الإنجليزية. إذا بدي يعني أوصل إلى مستوى عالي باللغة بدي أقدر أحكي عن العالم حوالينا وعن أشياء حتى لو أنا ما بقوم بهالأشياء هيدي شخصيا. Okay, so what we're going to do now, I'm going to light the gas stove, okay? Stove, can you write down stove? You can say stove, you can say stove top. Stove top, write down stove, stove top. You can also say hob. So write down these three words: stove, stove top, hob. Okay. Light. Do you remember from like the lessons? You know, kind of not last week, but in the last few weeks. Light. The past tense of light is, what did I just do? I lit the gas hob. Okay. So. We're going to do three things today. Like I said, the main aim is to learn English, not to learn cooking. Also because if you want to learn proper Italian cooking, you won't be learning it from me. فالهدف مثل ما إنه نتعلم اللغة الإنجليزية، مش إنه نتعلم الطبخ. كمان لا، إذا بدكم تتعلموا الطبخ الإيطالي على يعني مش رح تتعلموه مني أنا. Okay, so we're going to learn three things. First, how to cook pasta properly. أولاً رح نتعلم كيف بنطبخ المعكرونة بشكل صحيح. Secondly, I'm going to tell you about key ingredients that if you have them in your kitchen cupboard, okay, they can be the basis for many delicious Italian dishes. رح أعرفكم على مكونات أساسية، okay، إذا عندكم إياهم بخزانة المطبخ رح تقدروا يعني هنا رح بيكونوا أساس لطبخات كتير إيطالية. And thirdly, I'm going to teach you a really quick, very easy pasta dish which you can make with just 3 ingredients, 4 ingredients if you add the pasta. وثالثا رح أعرفكم على طبق إيطالي كتير سهل وكتير سريع، ممكن تعملوه ب3 مكونات أو 4 إذا يعني بنعد الباستا كمان. Okay, so now first of all, how to cook pasta properly. You always use a big pot, okay? Can you write down pot, cooking pot, big, wide, to give you pasta space. Really important, okay, with cooking pasta is that you add salt to pasta. Add a pinch of salt, okay? أضيف هيك كمشة ملح. I use coarse salt. Can you see that? It's coarse. ملح خشن. I just prefer it. Okay. What you don't want to add, do not add oil. Okay, I don't know why people add oil to their pasta. You don't add oil to your pasta. ما بنضيف زيت لمي المعكرونة. هيدي يعني من الأخطاء اللي الناس بتقوم فيها. ما بعرف مين قال لهم لازم تحطوا زيت عشان ما تلبد الباستا. Don't add oil. You don't need oil in your pasta water. So the water has to be boiling. It's now boiling. Then I take my pasta, and it's really important. So when I was a child, I used to not like pasta at all. وقت اللي كنت طفلة ما كنت حب المعكرونة. And it's because they would cook pasta like in the morning and then give it to us at lunchtime. And they would overcook it. So ما كنت حب المعكرونة لأنه كانوا مثلا يطبخوا المعكرونة الصبح ويقدموا لنا إياها الغداء وكانوا المعكرونة يعني تكون كتير مستوية. Pasta has to be cooked unless you're making it in the oven, okay? إذا ما كنتوا عم تعملوا المعكرونة بالفرن، إذا هي معكرونة عادية، المعكرونة pasta has to be cooked just before you serve it, not in advance. نطبخ المعكرونة قبل ما نقدمها، ما بنطبخها قبل بوقت, just before you serve it. So in Italian, there is a phrase, I'm just gonna cook like very little pasta now because you know, like no one's really hungry. راح أعمل بس يعني كمية صغيرة. This is not even like a portion. If you want to know how much to use for one person, you know the pasta pack, it's like half a kilo. Half a kilo would be for maybe 4 adults. It's a good portion for 4 adults, or like, you know, it's good to divide it like that for 4 or 5 adults if you're eating something else in addition to pasta. يعني بخصوص الكمية نص كيلو مثلا للمعكرونة ممكن يكون ل4 أشخاص أو ل5 أشخاص إذا رح تاكلوا شيء تاني من بعد المعكرونة أو مع المعكرونة. So I'm just gonna take that much and I'm going to throw it in the boiling water, and then it's really important. Actually, I'm just gonna do a couple more. And then it's really important to stir it without breaking the pasta, okay? هلا بدنا نحركهم بدون ما نكسر المعكرونة. And so in Italian, sorry, to go back to when to cook your pasta, there is a phrase which says butto giù la pasta, or butta giù la pasta, which basically means I'm going to throw in the pot. That's what it means, the pasta, or throw in the pasta, which basically means when people say that, butto giù la pasta, they're telling you you have 10 minutes and then you have to be at the dinner table. So because people cook the pasta just before they serve it, okay? باللغة الإيطالية في جملة بيقولوا butto giù la pasta معناتها رح ارمي المعكرونة، اللي بيعني عم يقولوا لنا لما شخص بيقول لنا butto giù la pasta إنه قدامكم 10 دقايق وبدي اياكم تكونوا جاهزين على الطاولة لأن نعمل المعكرونة قبل ما نقدمها، ما بنطبخها قبل بوقت. Okay, then another really important thing is how long to cook the pasta. Always read on the pack how many minutes. It will give you 2 timings. It will give you cooking time, or cottura in Italian, and it will give you al dente, which means to the tooth. And it depends on the type of pasta, but usually it's about 12 minutes if you want it to be cooked through, okay? بخصوص الطبخ عادة على علبة المعكرونة بيعطوكم توقيتين، بيعطوكم مثلا وقت أطول لنقول 12 دقيقة، هيدا إذا بدكم المعكرونة تكون مستوية. And then they give you a shorter time, which is usually, I don't know, like 10 minutes for al dente, which basically means it's going to be a little bit firm. It's not like cooked through. It's not thoroughly cooked. أو بيعطوكم الباستا مثلا بيقولوا لكم الطهي المدة لال دنتي اللي بتعني إنه المعكرونة رح بتكون بتقرط شوي، مش نية، بتقرط شوي، يعني لما عض عليها مش رح تدوب تحت اسناني، اوكي؟ هيدا معنى al dente، معناتها على السن، اللي بتعني انه لما عض على المعكرونة رح حس فيها شوي ولكن منا نية، وهيدا عادة بيكون 10 دقايق حسب نوع المعكرونة. أنا بحب المعكرونة al dente، ما بحب المعكرونة المستوية. السبب ليش كطفلة ما كنت أحب المعكرونة لأنه كانوا يطبخوها كتير، كانوا يعني تكون مسلوقة كتير ومستوية كتير، ما كانت تعجبني. دايما بحب المعكرونة تكون شوي بتقرط. I don't like overcooked pasta. I always like to kind of like have my pasta a little bit firm, al dente, so I can feel it when I bite into it. I've just set my alarm clock. It's really important, always set the clock because you're going to forget. You'd be amazed how quickly time passes. دايما يعني عايروا الساعة لأن يعني بتتفاجئوا قديش الوقت بيمرق كتير كتير بسرعة. Okay, then I promised you what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hold on. Going to switch. Can you write down switch? Switch these around. Switch these around. I've just put my pasta at the back, and this is a skillet. Can you write down? I think it's a skillet. Skillet, or you can just call it a pan, okay? Or saute pan. Do you know any of these words? Saute comes from French. Saute pan. I say skillet, but maybe skillet isn't correct. Anyway, I told you about key ingredients that if you have them in your kitchen cupboard, cabinet, you can make many Italian dishes. The first ingredient is high quality olive oil, okay? If you have really good olive oil and two other ingredients I'm going to be telling you about, you can make, like, these can be the basis for many great Italian dishes. So the first ingredient is olive oil. إذا عندكم هلا رح أقول لكم عن مكونات أساسية، إذا عندكم إياهم مثل ما قلت رح بيشكلوا أساس طبخات كتيرة إيطالية، أوكي؟ يعني ممكن نضيف لهم شغلة أو شغلتين بالإضافة لهالأشياء هيدي ورح تقدروا تعملوا طبخات جديدة كتيرة. أول شيء زيت الزيتون. Please write down olive oil. Olive oil and practice saying oil, not oil, oil, oil. Olive oil, first one. The second thing, obviously, is garlic, okay? Red garlic is tastier than white garlic. توم هيدا تاني شغلة بدنا يكون عنا إياها دايما للطبخ الإيطالي. Garlic. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a garlic glove. Oops, there goes my scissors, or there go my scissors. Okay. A chopping board. This is a chopping board. Can you write down chopping board? Okay. And sorry, darling, put this here. I don't know why I just spoke to the chopping board and called it darling. That's how sad I am. I'm going to take a garlic clove, okay, and I'm going to crush it. Crush. Write down crush. Crush it, right? And then I'm going to peel it. Write down peel. Crush, peel, and I'm going to throw it in my pan. So, two ingredients we've talked about. Olive oil, garlic, okay? And the third ingredient is, can you see that? It's Parmesan. It's cheese. It's Parmesan cheese. That's its English name, cheese. It's a hard cheese. In Italian, it's called Parmigiano Reggiano. Okay, and this is what it looks like. Okay, that's Parmigiano. I don't know if you can get it in your country. The alternative to Parmigiano Reggiano, which is the original cheese, is Grana Padano. Grana Padano, which is an alternative. It's not the exact thing, but you can use that as an alternative. And what I did over there is I grated to grate برشة جبنة. هيدا جبن البارميجانو يعني ما بعرف إذا موجود ببلادكم، منه يعني هو أساسي ولكن منه كتير أساسي، يعني بيضيف شيء يعني جميل إلى طعم، يعني بيضيف نكهة إلى الأكل، ولكن إذا ما عنا إياه برضه في طبخات كتير إيطالية ممكن نعملها بدون البارميجانو. وكبديل للبارميجانو ممكن كمان تحصلوا على جرانا بادانو. هذا نوع جبني آخر بيشبه البارميجانو، منه بارميجانو أصلي، نوع جبني آخر، فكبديل ممكن تستعملوا جرانا بادانو. ممكن ببلدكم يكون في نوع آخر ولكن ما بعرف. المهم كمان قلت إنه برشة الجبنة. I grated the cheese. So another two ingredients that are optional, okay, that you again will allow you to do many Italian dishes are كمان شغلتين رح احكيكم عنهم اذا عندكم اياهم، منهم يعني مش ضروري بس اذا عندكم اياهم رح بيساعدوكم كتير. Fresh chili peppers. Write down chili peppers. هيدا حر، فلفل حر. Chili peppers. And the other one, which I love, is my favorite, is capers. Can you see that? Capers. الكبار. Okay, capers. I love capers. I love the smell of capers, and I add them to many dishes. Even when Italians wouldn't add them to those dishes, I still add them. دائما أنا بضيف الكبار إلى طبخات كثيرة، حتى يعني أوقات الإيطال نفسهم ما بيضيفوا الكيبرز لهالطبق هيدا، ولكن أنا بحب كثير النكهة اللي بيعطيها. وكمان يعني أوقات هيك حلو لما مثلا يكون عندك صلصة تحط بقلبه الكيبرز، هيك يكون عندك شيء تحت سنينك تعضي عليه مثل الكيبرز لانه بيضلهم يعني هيك firm. المهم what I said I would do, so we've just got to know the key ingredients. فتعرفنا على المكونات. كمان كنت وعدتكم بطبخة كتير سهلة. So I had also promised you a really easy and quick dish to prepare, and we're doing this right now. So what I've done, as you've seen, sorry, I don't know if you can see that. You probably can't. Okay, hold on. I'll show it to you later. I've put some olive oil in the pan. I've added my garlic, okay? And now what I'm going to add is a few chili peppers, okay? And really important here is stir your pasta from time to time, not too much, maybe like 2 or 3 times. ما بدنا ننسى انه يعني نحرك المعكرونة 2 أو 3 خلال الطهي. That's to prevent it from sticking together. Stick. Okay, you know this verb. Another verb I'm going to teach you is clump. It prevents it from clumping. Can you write down clumping? Stir. Write down stir as well, to prevent the pasta from clumping. Okay, and another really important thing is to take a bowl, not ball, bowl. Okay, write down bowl. And where is it? Okay, hold on, I just need to grab. I can't find my ladle. So I'm going to look in the dishwasher. Let's see, this is a dishwasher. Can you see that? And here's the ladle, a dirty ladle, which I've just taken out of the dishwasher, and I'm going to wash it. Okay, كنت عم دور على المغرفة كانت بالغسالة، فهلا رح اجليها. So hold on. This is washing up liquid, and there you go. I've washed up the ladle and I'm now drying it. Okay, غسلت المغرفة وهلا عم نشفها. I've washed it up and now I'm drying it. This is a kitchen cloth. منشفة مطبخ، شقفة مطبخ. Okay, this is my washing up liquid. I'll put it over there. So what I was saying is it's really important to, as you're cooking your pasta, to scoop up 1 or 2 ladles, okay? 1 or 2 ladles of the cooking water. So you want 1 or 2 scoops of the cooking water. That's my pasta cooked, okay? اللي بدنا نعمله بدنا نغرف يعني هيك كيس من لمية طبخ، مية طهي, to use it for the sauce. I've just opened the cutlery drawer. I've taken out a fork, and I'm going to check if my pasta is cooked. Okay, now usually I would taste this, so you can taste it. Obviously it's difficult if you're fasting. Now what I'm going to do is, this is a مصفى strainer. I'll put it in the sink. رح حطها بالمجلة. I'll put it in the sink. The strainer, write down strainer. The strainer is in the sink. Now I'm going to take the pot off the heat. بياخد الطنجرة بقيمة عن الغاز. I've put in my kitchen gloves because the handles, can you write down handles? They're too hot. So, like this. So, okay. So I've just strained the pasta. This is the strainer, okay? And the verb is you strain the pasta. بنصفي المعكرونة. And what I'm gonna do now is I have in the pan, I have the garlic, like I said, and now I'm going to make a very simple dish. So I have olive oil and garlic, and I'm going to add some chili peppers. Okay, so where is it? Okay, put this back here, put the garlic in here. As you know, the tip of the chili pepper isn't very hot. Hot معناتها سخن بس كمان بتعني شيء حار. Okay, it's not very hot. So I chop up my chili peppers. I had already washed them. I had washed them earlier. كنت غسلة الحر سابقا. Okay, so I've chopped up, okay, فرمت الحر. I've chopped up the chili peppers. I'm going to throw them in the pan, okay, throw them in the pan. I'm going to toss the pan like this. بنحركها بهالطريقة هيدي. Toss, can you write this down? And then what I'm gonna do, I'll take a lid, write down lid. I'm going to take a lid. Really important, because what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to throw the cooking water in the pan, okay? So everything will splash. راح كب المي بقلب المقلاية وكل شيء طبعا راح بيطرطش فبدي الغطا. So I'm going to increase the heat. Throw this in. Close the lid really quickly. Increase the heat, okay? بنرفع الحرارة. Increase the heat. Okay, I'm just checking the time. Increase the heat, toss it a few times. Okay, basically the dish we're making is called, الطبق اللي عم نطبخه اسمه aglio. That's the Italian word for garlic, aglio. Olio, okay, oil, and peperoncino, chili peppers. الطبق اللي عم نعمله هو اسمه aglio, olio, peperoncino, توم, زيت وحر. طبق كتير سهل. Really simple dish, but you have to make it, like you have to know how to make it. لازم نعرف كيف بدنا نطبخه. So now I'm going to take off the lid to allow to allow the liquid to evaporate slightly. فهلا قمت الغطاء عشان عشان المي تتبخر شوي. Also really important, you realize when I strained my pasta, I didn't pour cold water over my pasta. كتير مهم انه لما صفيت المعكرونة ما حطيت فوقها مي مسقعة. ما بعرف ليش الناس بتقوم بهالشي هيدا. You should never pour any water over your pasta, otherwise you lose the starch. إذا بتحطوا مي باردة فوق المعكرونة راح تخسر النشا، راح يروح منها النشا الموجود اللي نحن بنحتاجه عشان الصلصة والمعكرونة يتربطوا ببعض. So you should never pour cold water over your pasta. And now that the water is evaporating, I'm going to throw the pasta in, and then I'm going to saute the pasta with the oil, water and the chili peppers and the garlic. But before I'm going to take out the garlic, because I don't like garlic in my food. I just like the flavor, but I don't like to eat it, okay? قمت حص الثوم من الاكل لان ما بحب يطلع لي بالطبق. بحب نكهه الثوم تكون دخلت بالطبق ولكن ما يطلع لي الثوم نفسه بالطبق. So now I'm going to throw in the pasta. So like that, okay, and then I'm going to give it a stir, okay, give it a stir. So stir can be a word and it can be a verb. Give it a stir and increase the heat. It has to be on a high heat, and you saute it, okay. And now I'm going to add salt and pepper. So salt and black pepper. This is a salt grinder, pepper mill or salt grinder, pepper grinder. Okay, write this down. Salt grinder, pepper grinder or pepper mill, okay? And just to say, so in the Italian cuisine, you don't really use a lot of spices. بإيطاليا ما بيستعملوا يعني بهارات كتيرة. For this dish we have the chili peppers and we have the black pepper. And just to say, in case you don't have fresh chili peppers, إذا ما عندكم حر طازة أخضر, you could use, it's not perfect, you could use, where is it? Here, you could use dried. So this is fresh, طازة, fresh, dried, هيدول ناشفين. Dried chili peppers, it's not the same because the flavors are different. ما إنه نفس الشيء لأن النكهة بتختلف, okay? But if you don't have the fresh peppers, well, or the fresh chilies rather, then maybe better than nothing, you can use that. Okay, our pasta is ready. That's how quick it was. This is a pasta plate, okay? طبق الغميق هذا اللي بنستعمله للباستا منه الطبق الفلات. So I'm going to serve the pasta now, and what I do is I take my fork and I twirl, okay, ببرمها هيك, بلف المعكرونة هيك. Twirl, can you write down twirl? I'm going to put it into the plate, oops. Okay, like that. Oh well, I'm just gonna throw it into the plate now. And that, my dear friends, is, can you see that? Pasta al aglio, olio, peperoncino. So this is pasta made from garlic, oil and chili peppers. I hope you found this lesson useful. بتمنى أنكم تكونوا استفدتوا من هالدرس. We'll do one again on Monday. If you've liked this lesson, let me know. And yeah, I'll be chatting with you, as I said, via the live chat. I'll be answering any questions you might have. And I'll see you next time. خبروني إذا بدكم درس من هالنوع هيدا من أول وجديد, ممكن أقدم لكم إياه يوم الاثنين. رح كون على التشات معكم عشان نجاوب على أي أسئلة ممكن تكون عندكم, مش بخصوص الطبخ, بخصوص اللغة الإنجليزية أو بخصوص الطبخ إذا بدكم. وبشوفكم عن قريب. باي.